Hi everyone, I'm Mariana. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a fire. When you go camping, a campfire is a very important part of the whole camping experience. So it's important that you know how to build a good fire, but also to stay safe, and I will also point out a couple of other things. Before we do that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and then go ahead and hit that little gray bell, and that will notify you when I have a new video coming up. I normally upload every week. I don't actually have an exact schedule, so if you hit that bell, that will actually let you know when something new has come up. So when you build your fire, you need to gather various sizes of wood. The first thing you need to gather are twigs. These are very small pieces of wood. They will get your fire going. They will ignite quickly. They will burn out quickly too, but you need these to get them started. Now, if you are in a forest, you can also use pine cones and dried up pine needles, as well as any kind of dried leaves. Besides that, you could use a couple of other things. I like to use a fire starter. These are things you could buy at any store, including Walmart, and you just place one in the middle of the fire and it will catch on right away. It will burn about probably at least 5 minutes, burning everything else around it. The other thing I like to use is lamp oil. Lamp oil will also burn about 5 to 10 minutes, and what I like to do is save toilet rolls or paper towel rolls, and either put cotton balls or paper towel inside and then pour lamp oil on it. So these will actually burn for a while and they will burn everything around them. Besides that, you could use lighter fluid. I don't actually use it, but I have it as a backup. Now, after that, after you build that small part, you're going to need your small to medium sized branches. And you will basically set them up as a triangle. This will be your second layer. Your twigs will burn out really quickly, but before they do that, your medium-sized branches will catch on and they will actually sustain a fire for about a half an hour or more. You can just use these and just keep on putting more and more on the fire, but if you don't pay attention, your fire will go out very quickly. Then you will need your logs, and these will actually get your fire burning for a long time. Now, you can just put these logs on the ground and expect them to burn, even if you pour lamp oil on them or anything. I have tried, it doesn't work like that. You have to follow these steps. So a couple of things I want to make sure that you are aware of. You need to make sure you check on your fire all the time, just for the sake of having a fire, because it will burn out quickly and then you have to start all over. A couple of legal issues and safety. First of all, you need to check your fire regulations all the time, your restrictions, because there are fire restrictions going on all the time. Sometimes it says you cannot use any fire at all. Other times it says you can't make any fire, but you could use a camp stove, things like that. Other times it says you can't make a fire, but you could do it in a fire ring like the one I have here, where you have rocks around it, or sometimes it's a metal ring around it. So you need to check that before you actually go camping, because that could change anytime. You do need to have a campfire permit. Now in California, you basically Google it and you will have a website come up and you will watch a video about maybe 5 minutes, and then you're going to answer a couple of questions. They're very easy, and then once you pass, you will get a certificate. You could print it out or you could just take a picture of it with your phone. That's what I do. That way I have it on my phone all the time. So besides that, you need to make sure you do not leave your fire unattended. First of all, even if your fire looks like it's out, you have embers and you have things still burning underneath, and all it takes is some wind and it just catches on, and it's this huge fire all over, and one of those embers could just kind of jump out, and then you could have the grass or the trees nearby catch on, and this is how wildfires start all the time. Now, if you do leave your fire unattended and the Forest Service or the fire service catches you, there will be substantial fines, $200, $250, up to a few hundred, even a few thousand, depending on how much damage it could cost and how much work they have to put into putting out that fire. So that's some serious business. How do you put out a fire? Now, you can pour water on it, that's fine, but you do need to stir it up and sort of create something muddy to ensure that it was out. Usually they recommend to have a shovel, and you can that way mix it all up. You can also put dirt on it. No matter what, you do need to make sure that your fire is out. One tip, you need to make sure your wood is dry. Wet wood, fresh wood will not burn. Once I took fire home from home and I thought it was dried out, and it wasn't, and it was just not a good experience because no matter what I did, it just did not catch on fire. And another tip is bring some firewood with you, because where you go camping you may not have any. For example, here where I'm camping, there are some twigs, some small pieces of wood, but that's all I can see here. I wouldn't find these logs, so my fire would be very small. Here's a tip on what to do if you have a lot of bugs and mosquitoes around. You build a small fire and then you throw some fresh leaves or branches on it. Now, make sure that the fire is not very big and that you don't actually smother it with the fresh leaves. So you kind of have to keep a really good balance so that the fire doesn't go out, but it also produces smoke. So this is how you build a campfire. Next weekend, take that camping trip, build a great fire, roast some marshmallows, and have a great camping experience, as well as have fun and stay safe. If you learned something new from this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you already knew all of this, but you think I explained it pretty well, go ahead and do the same. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you soon.